Hi, I'm Ini from Raki Raki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In this bulletin, no interference in Fiji Airways, says PM. Housing investigation reports reach Minister. And more Fijians in the list of honours.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
Prime Minister Murange Bainimarama has stressed that he cannot interfere with the Fiji Airways Management Board decision. During a Talanoa session yesterday in Tunalia, Nandi, a former Fiji Airways flight attendant pleaded with the Prime Minister if he could assist them in getting their jobs back as they were terminated 4 months ago. In the Talanoa session, Orisi Rayangona said he was bringing the matter to the leader of the nation in the hope of getting assistance.
I've been working for the airline for over 30 years. This is the face of Fiji to the world, Mr. Prime Minister. And I've done my share to raise Fiji to the world wherever I go. But this has happened to us. So I'm taking this opportunity to come down here and in front of my Nasotor clan here to raise this up with you.
Unfortunately for you, I can't do anything about it. I never interfere with any board. I never interfere with any chairmanship of any board. I leave it to the board and the CEOs to decide what's good for the company, any company in Fiji. So unfortunately, I am not able to tell you what's happening behind the scenes.
Fiji currently has no COVID-19 cases. This was confirmed by Health Minister Dr. Efiremi Wankainambete while speaking during the medical supplies handover at the Lyndhurst in Walelewunasinu this morning. Dr. Wankainambete says the last COVID-19 quarantine patient was sent home yesterday after multiple test results came negative. He says it's now 180 days since Fiji recorded its last community case of COVID-19. He says despite Fiji being free from the disease, Fijians are being urged to continue to follow COVID-19 protocols to ensure they are safe from the virus. Lyndhurst, through the Catalyst Foundation, handed over medical supplies, consumables and hospital beds to the minister that will be sent to Wunisea Hospital in Kandavu. College of Honor received over 700 nominations for the 50th Anniversary Independence Commemorative Medal. Chairperson Dr. Akanisi Kenrayate says they were expecting more given the number of people who have helped in the development of the country. Dr. Kenrayate says it is crucial that people change their mindsets and try to recognize and thank those who have worked hard for the betterment of Fiji.
Process is they must nominate people for the award, and I must say, we still have to recognize that we do need to change our culture. We must have a culture of appreciation for people who have served the nation, who have built Fiji up to this 50th year.
Member of Parliament Rohit Sharma has been told he will be treated like any other accused person. Sharma appeared in the Nasinu Magistrates Court this morning for a bail variation application which was dismissed. Sharma's lawyer told the court his client has been scrutinized by the media and is under a lot of pressure. The court also heard that Sharma wishes to change the date on which he is to report to the police station as he travels around the country. Sharma requested that he be allowed to report and sign in at any police station. The magistrate disagreed with both proposals and ruled that Sharma will not be given special treatment. Sharma's bail has been extended and he will reappear in court on the 30th of next month. The MP is charged with 1 count of assault causing actual bodily harm for allegedly assaulting his wife in May at their home in the Vuilevu housing, Nausori. Minister for Housing Pramila Kumar yesterday received the Housing Authority's Special Investigation Report from the Office of the Auditor General and the Public Inquiry Committee. Kumar acknowledged the committee and the Office of the Auditor General for working tirelessly in getting the reports finalized. The minister also thanked those who attended and participated in the nationwide consultations and shared information and complaints with the committee. She says the ministry will now go through the contents of the reports and inform the public on the findings and recommendations. Vodafone Fiji is encouraging micro, small and medium enterprises to venture onto their online marketing platform to maximize customer engagement. Chief Executive Ronald Prasad says online platforms offer far greater reach and accessibility to new markets, which will benefit local businesses. Addressing the digital inclusion workshop in Fiji today, Prasad says their VitiCart platform is viable for new and emerging businesses. The Vodafone ATH Foundation is promoting the use of technology for the social good.
You don't need to rent an outlet. You don't need to hire staff. And there's many people that are already using things like Facebook and Google or other online methods to be able to transact. But it's done on a sort of a quasi basis. The VitiCart platform actually allows you to have proper deliveries done. It allows you to receive payments, get the settlements done. And it's actually a great initiative by Vodafone, especially during these times.
The Fiji Navy's RFNS Kikau completed an 8-day surveillance with fisheries officers yesterday, whereby 56 boarding inspections were conducted. Maritime Commander Timothy Natuva says a number of infringements were identified during the operation. Natuva says they continue to work with the Fisheries Ministry in addressing illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing in our waters.
RFNS Kikau recently returned from a joint fisheries patrol, conducted a number of boardings. There are minor infringement, but nothing major. At the moment, it's something that we can still control for now. But we are working closely with our partners, with customs, with police, with fisheries, coordinated effort to ensure that our borders are kept safe and our waters are well looked after.
Minister for Health, Dr. Ifiremi Wanganambete says the simplest way to prevent the spread of COVID-19 or any other disease is through basic hand washing. Officiating at today's Global Hand Washing Day celebrations, Dr. Wanganambete says hand washing is a basic part of life and everyone must practice it. He says now more than ever, hand washing is an important practice to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Dr. Wanganambete reminded students of Gospel Primary School in Suva that hand washing should not only be promoted on this day, but every other day.
I was reading yesterday about the reports coming through from places around the world, how best to look after people who have COVID-19. One thing is certain, they are saying that the role of doing things such as hand washing, social distancing is more important than medicine.
Up ahead, Nandi targets skipper semi-finals. And VPL resumes next week.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
The Nandi rugby side say they will be going in as underdogs when they play Nandronga this weekend. Despite a huge win over Lotoka in the last match, the Jet Setters know how dangerous the Stallions can be on home soil.
The Nandi side is expecting a much more fired-up Nandronga team when they clash this Saturday.
Even though they've been losing a few of the games lately, we are still treating Nandronga as a champion team, and that is a message they've been trying to sell across to the boys. Don't you ever underestimate Nandronga.
The players have also been recovering well after their extra break, as they've been playing non-stop every weekend.
Well, we've been preparing for the game against Nandronga for the last 2 weeks. Thanks to the Fiji Day celebration, we managed to have another week of preparation.
A win over Nandronga will surely cement Nandi's chances in the semi-finals of the Skipper Cup.
So this game against Narunga, it's a do-or-die game because right now we're in the 5th position, and we are trying to get in that 4th position.
Nandi play Narunga this Saturday at 3 p.m. Philip and Ikaso, FBC Sports.
National Sevens reps Alosia Nanduva and Melinda Nalangi will be part of the Army Green side for the Fiji Bitter Savu Sevens next week. The side received some timely assistance ahead of the tournament from Ram Sami and Sons Fiji Limited. Ram Sami Business Development Manager Abdul Shamir handed $2,000 to team manager Elia Rokowailoa to assist the team's preparations. The company is continuing to help sports clubs and unions despite the challenges brought by the pandemic. The Savu Sevens will kick off next Thursday at Nganilau Park in Savu. The Eastern State Blues have now shifted their focus to round 2 of the Fiji National Rugby League Wanua State of Origin that begins tomorrow. The 10-8 win over the Western State Maroons in the first round is now history as they focus on the upcoming match. Head coach Wulono Dakuitonga says getting the right combination for attack and defense can get them another win.
We find some of the weaknesses and some of the strength. And that is what we are working on at the moment. What we have seen is that if we can just attack properly and defend it properly, winning and losing will just take care of itself.
Fans can expect the level of competition to intensify in the remaining rounds of the Vodafone Premier League. With only 3 rounds remaining, the teams will battle for the top 7 spots to guarantee their place in the Premier League next week. Fiji Football Association Media Officer Avikesh Chand says some thrilling football action will be witnessed in the coming rounds as teams fight to avoid relegation.
Lambasa and Lautoka will take the field at Subril Park. It's going to be a repeat of the 2020 Coast IDC. And the other 4 matches, Nabwa will be hosting Rewa, who are currently league leaders. And Nabwa, who is at the bottom of the table, they will be giving a good fight with the Rewa because they will want to survive in the top level as well. Suba will be hosting Nasinu, while Ba will host Nandi. It's going to be a full round of matches where things will be much closer, like who's going to win or who's going to be relegated from the Premier Division.
A trough of low pressure with associated cloud and rain continues to affect parts of the country. A heavy rain warning remains in force for Vanua-Levu, Yasawa and Mamanuca groups, and now also in force for Tai-Levu and nearby smaller islands. A heavy rain alert remains in force for the rest of the Fiji group. And that's FBC News now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. In times of crisis, you need news you can trust. Get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Good afternoon.
I'm from Lautoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.